We call a phenomenon for which science fails to provide an explanation a mystery. There are thousands of such mysteries that happen every day. Even the temples have a lot of mysteries associated with it. From the eagle in Shabarimala to the magnet in Konark, from the floating pillar at Lepakshi to heavy hard granite at Tanjavur, our temples are filled with mysteries. The Jagannath temple is also filled with mysteries. In this episode, we shall talk about the 8 major mysteries associated with this temple. Mystery number 1. The flag in this temple always flies in the opposite direction of the wind. Number 2. The flag hoisting ritual that takes place in this temple has been happening for the past 800 years. This ritual involves a man climbing up the top of the tallest structure in this temple to change the flag every day. The structure is about 200 feet high and no modern technology is used for the climb. There is not even one mishap reported for the past 800 years. Number 3. The way food is cooked in this temple. 9 pots are stacked on top of each other and are placed on the fire. While the science expects the bottommost pot to cook first, the reality is the topmost pot gets cooked first. Number 4. The entire food cooked in this kitchen must be served to Lord Jagannath. It is said that the food is odorless until it is served to Lord Jagannath. The aroma of the food could be felt only when the food is taken out of the Garbhagriha to be distributed as prasada to the devotees. Number 5. Even though there are street dogs in Puri, it is observed that the dogs would not enter the Sri Mandir. It is believed that if there is a fault or a compromise on the sanctity of the food prepared for the lords, a dog enters the temple. So even now, it is a practice to bury all the food and prepare new ones for the lords if a dog enters the Sri Mandir. Number 6. If we are entering the Sri Mandir through the lion's gate, it is observed that we can hear the sounds of sea waves, but the same is not heard at the same place when we exit. Number 7. No bird or animal climbs the tallest structure in this temple. Also, no bird flies or nests on top of this structure. Number 8. In the morning, cool air from the sea is pushed to the land, and in the nights, cool air from the land moves to the sea. This is known as land and sea breeze respectively. In Puri, it is in reverse, where in the mornings, the air moves from the land to the sea, and in the evenings, from the sea to the land. I came to know about all these mysteries only after my visit to Puri. I have not witnessed any of these mysteries and I am yet to hear from someone who has. There are several references in various Puranas about this temple. I think mentioning about this will add glory to the final episode.
8 புராணங்கள்ல இத பத்தி குறிப்பிட்டிருக்கு இந்த பூரி டெம்பிளை பத்தி. என்னன்னா ரிக்வேதத்துல இருக்கு, அதை தவிர மத்ஸ்ய புராணம், பிரம்ம புராணம், நாரத புராணம், பத்ம புராணம், ஸ்கந்த புராணம், கபில புராணம், நீலாத்ரி மகோத்திய புராணம் எல்லாத்துலயும் இந்த பூரி டெம்பிளை பத்தி குறிப்பிட்டு.
Skanda Purana mentioned about the location, the architecture of the temple, and about each individual deities in the temple. Narada Purana tells about the benefits of visiting this temple. There is a verse in Narada Purana that tells you Purushakyam sakridrishtva sagarantah sakrinmataha brahmavidyam sakrijjatva garbhavasena vidyate. Purushakyam sakridrishtva. This temple was also known as Purushottama Kshetra. So, Purushakyam sakridrishtva means like one who goes and sees the temple with full devotion. Sagarantah sakrinmataha. This temple is located in the seashore. So Sagarantah, ocean shore. So the one who think about this temple, one who think about the temple that is on the seashore. Brahma Vidyam Sakrijjatva, one who knows about Brahma Vidya. Any one of these three. He doesn't have rebirth. Garbhavasena vidyate. He will not born again. He will not know another womb.
I feel that some of my experiences of visiting the Jagannath temple and making this series is worth mentioning. I visited the Jagannath temple in the year 2019 during the last 2 days of the Rathyathra. The trip was fantastic. Remember I told you that this place is known as the Annadam? One inspirational practice here is even though food is available in abundance, they consider it very bad practice to waste food. Even the minimum quantity they serve is a lot more for one person to eat, so it is hard to finish by oneself. This has cultivated a strange but an encouraging practice, that strangers would share food with each others to ensure they don't waste food. So we end up meeting people from different parts of India and rest of the world. It gives us a great experience. I wanted to share an experience we had with the people called pandas. Pandas are supposed to guide us in and out of the temple. In modern day terms, they are basically tour guides. One such panda accosted us to use his service for the darshan of the lords. He assured that he would take us to the Gundicha temple without getting stuck in the crowd and let us have a peaceful darshan. He then led us to the Gundicha temple entrance, got us in and stopped in front of the mandapa inside which the lords were placed. Then, suddenly he asked us whether we would like to taste the food of puri. He then said he will take us to the market nearby and get us delicious food cooked in this temple. It was obvious that he was trying to change topic. Guess why? One look behind his shoulder made it obvious. There were at least 2,000 people playing tug of war to get into the mandapa for the darshan of the lords. We said that we would go to the market after we had our darshan. I will go and get VIP passes for all of us, he replied, and then vanished into the crowd. We waited, and waited, but he never returned. The same day evening, we went to the Jagannath temple to see the flag hoisting. We went to the main chamber to just look at how it looks like inside. Then we had a very nice conversation with the senior Daitapati of Lord Jagannath. I didn't know who I was talking to until I got back home and saw an interview of him on YouTube. I couldn't believe even now that I spoke to a famous person. Daru is the wood that is used for making the idol of Lord Jagannath and his siblings. The reminders of the darus after the making of the idols are cut into small pieces. Those pieces are traditionally retained by the Daitapatis and a very few others. The Daitapatis use these to bless the devotees by patting their heads gently. The Daitapati with whom we were talking to blessed us before we bid farewell with a gentle pat. Then we walked out of the chamber to find a good spot to watch the flag hoisting. I saw about 50 pandas standing on either sides of the stairs holding similar sticks. I was happy to see that because I thought I was going to be blessed by so many people, but at last my happiness was short-lived. As we crossed each step, one panda walked up to us, raised his stick with all his might and gave one good thrash on our heads. A gentle pat had changed into heavy beatings. After we got down the stairs and after the pandas had stopped hitting us, I put my hand to check whether I still have my head because it felt so numb. I could feel a lot of speed breakers in there. A multi-dimensional blessing, you see. I was just wondering, is it called a blessing in disguise? I enjoyed making this series mainly because all of you were an excellent audience. I have received a lot of encouraging comments, motivational wishes, and lots of feedback. Thank you so much. I would also like to thank Mr. and Mrs. Swaminathan who organized the trip to Puri and shared us their knowledge. Thank you. I thank Mrs. Jayashree Swaminathan, Mr. R. Sridhar, Mr. J. Murali Krishnan, and Mr. S. Jayaraman for sharing us their knowledge. Thank you. I fell short on my own sources of visuals for the script. I wanted a lot of quality footages, so I requested a few channels. Mr. Anirban Ghoshal, Videos Infinity, and Lighthouse Odisha magnanimously provided their consent to use their footages appropriately. Being my maiden attempt to such video presentation, this gesture was again a good experience for me. Thank you so much, people. I would like to thank Yellow Tunes for providing these two soothing music tracks. This one and this one. Nice, wasn't it? I would like to thank each and every person who helped me make this. Thank you all. While I was making the first episode, I ran out of footage. I googled for some puri photos and this is what it gave me. I made sure never to search this way again because it rapidly increased my appetite. Then, in another instance, I searched for Harthi photos and this is what it showed me. I was spellbound and had to spell check. With this, I would like to conclude this series. Hope you enjoyed this. I learnt a lot more new things about this temple from many of you. I will collect all those information and also if there is an opportunity, I will visit the Jagannath temple again and make a separate episode soon. Meanwhile, we'll meet you soon in another interesting topic.
There is another verse in Narada Purana that talks about the Sudarshana Chakra on top of the temple. Chakram drishtva harer dhurat prasado parisamstitam sagasa muchyate papan naro bhaktya pranamyatam. Chakram drishtva, one who sees the chakram, Sudarshana Chakram. Harer dhurat, from whatever distance you see it. Prasado parisamstitam. That where is that chakram? Chakram is on the top of the prasado means top of the building. Prasado parisamstitam, well placed on top of the temple. So one who sees the chakram which is well placed on top of the temple. Sagasa muchyate papan. Whatever sin you do in your lifetime, that will be cleared. Sagasa muchyate, it clears. Papan. Naro bhaktya pranamyatam. One who actually pray with full bhakti, with full devotion, so that all their sins will be cleared.